Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Take a look at these two photos right here. Department of Education says it's a problem. Concord's acting superintendent does not have proper credentials. Concord School District's acting superintendent Donna Pally is not credentialed with the Department of Education to serve as a top administrator, which is a problem, a state official said. Pally was elevated to acting superintendent Friday evening following the school board's announcement that Superintendent Terry Forston was being placed on paid administrative leave. Pally does not possess credentials to serve as superintendent or even as assistant superintendent, a role she has held in the district for at least 8 years. Educators are required to have their certification renewed every 3 years, according to DOE bylaws. If someone were in a role for that long and they were never certified, that's a problem, said Stephanie Appleby, administrator of the Department of Education Bureau of Credentialing. If you're going to call yourself a superintendent or assistant superintendent, you need a license. Appleby said that there can be severe consequences when educators in the state are not properly credentialed for jobs they are performing in schools. A district's superintendent who is in charge of verifying that all the certifications of educators in the district are up to date can lose his or her education license, Appleby said. There also could be disciplinary actions taken for educators who are not properly credentialed by way of code of conduct and ethics violations. Appleby could not comment on Pally's specific case, but the Department of Education is aware of it. On Sunday, Concord School Board President Jennifer Patterson said Pally is working to address the situation. I have discussed the certification situation with Donna Pally, Patterson wrote Sunday afternoon. She has been working to address this for some time, including meeting with DOE, and she expects to be in good standing shortly. School Board Vice President Tom echoed Patterson's comments on Monday and said that Pally was confident her credentials will be up to date soon. We assured Donna is getting paperwork to forward to them, he said. If for some reason Donna Pally can not be the acting superintendent, the board would likely discuss an approach confer with council and then the DOE seeking further advice, he added. Pally was unavailable for comment. The state licenses assistant superintendents initially for a 3-year period. It is a temporary status that an educator holds while completing a PhD program or obtaining a certificate of advanced study. Once the 3-year period is up, the necessary training and education is obtained. The employee will receive his or her superintendent certification, which is the appropriate credential an educator must obtain, even if his or her official title is assistant superintendent. Appleby said. For Pally, the deadline expired in 2014. Pally stepped into her role as assistant superintendent in the Concord School District in 2011 after working in various roles, including in special education, for more than 20 years. She is the winner of the 2018 Outstanding Service Award for the New Hampshire School Administrators Association, NHSAA, according to Monitor Archives. Pally is credentialed as a special education administrator, elementary education K through 8 teacher, general special education teacher, and specific learning disabilities teacher, according to the Department of Education database. Appleby said there are avenues educators can take to continue working on their superintendent certification if they don't think they will complete it within the required 3 years. If they had been properly licensed and they didn't finish at the end of the 3 years, I think they could go under the state board and ask for an extension. That would have to have it first for it to expire. When asked if Pally ever had assistant superintendent credentials, Appleby said he couldn't speak about the specifics of her case. I think I just hinted at that in my last answer, he said. Patterson announced Pally would be stepping in as superintendent on Friday when she sent a message out to the Concord School District community saying that Superintendent Terry Forston was out on paid administrative leave. The move followed a report delivered to the school board Monday by an investigator hired to examine the district's response to complaints of inappropriate behavior by former teacher Howie Leung, who was arrested in April on rape charges. Although they would not comment on the board's decision to place Forston and Sika on leave, the news of Pally taking authority over the district was a surprise to at least 2 school board members. I found out last night, probably 5 minutes before everyone else, school board member Chuck Crush said Saturday. I was somewhat shocked. I had no idea that Donna Pally was going to be the interim superintendent. Fellow board member Barb Higgins said the Donna Pally thing was a big surprise. Patterson said in an interview with the Monitor on Thursday that the board was beginning to consider whether to discipline any staff members after it reviewed the first portion of the two-part report, which focuses on how staff responded to allegations of sexual misconduct brought forward by students. Part of that process will include reviewing the actions of every staff member who is involved with the investigation into Leong. In an email to the Monitor, Patterson wrote on Saturday night that she included the information about Pally's new role in her message to the community because she felt it would be important to let residents know who would be taking over Forston's duties in her absence. While perhaps I could have wondered the statement more clearly, I did not intend to surprise anyone. The role of the assistant superintendent includes acting as superintendent in the absence of the superintendent, so this would seem a natural announcement, she added. Patterson said on Sunday that Pally's status as acting superintendent is governed by district policy, which states in the event of the absence of the superintendent, the assistant superintendent will assume the duties of the superintendent. The policy also states that the assistant superintendent is not able to step in the district's business administrator must fill in. Concord School District's business administrator is Jack Dunn. Appleby said he's not sure who Department of Education would contact if it had to get in touch with the Concord School District Superintendent today. It certainly does present a camaraderie, does it? He said, I don't know, to be honest. This is such a new developing situation. I'm not sure if we've ever been notified by the school board that the individual in question is the acting superintendent right now. They would reach out to the previous superintendent or the school board. In the next day or so, we'll sort it out, he added. In 2018, Pally earned $131,758 as superintendent. Assistant superintendent. Sorry about that. And that does it for my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another news report. Good night and bye, everyone.